So I've lost my train of thought. We just went over here because we were checking in on mostly the Apex stuff, right? And getting the research stuff, but for the most part, we are here just to...
Hello.
Oh.
Who's that woman I keep seeing you with on the Nexus?
Oh!
What? Whom?
You're always short of credits after we come back. Is it because of her?
Ooh.
It's complicated, Subi.
Is it now? Fess up. Fess up. But yeah, I think we're looking to head back to EOS, is what we were saying. See what we can do from both a quest standpoint and just a general exploration and viability improvement standpoint. Because supposedly, much has changed.
Pythias system, home of Eos and Prodromos.
And I forget if they mentioned it at the time, but I think I looked up Prodromos and it is in fact a Greek name. So it's not as if it came totally out of nowhere. Okay. So let us land and see how things are going here. Alright, so let's see, we did pick up some new gear and mess with our mods a bit. We're pretty much using entirely Ket technology, but we have a tiny little weight penalty, not a huge deal, I'm hoping. We'll stick with those things. Okay. As for our team, maybe this is our opportunity to finally bring PB, who I think she's the only person we've not yet brought on a mission with us, right? Taken Cora in the initial mission along with Liam. Jaw we've taken twice, because we've been doing all this stuff with the Angara, and I think it's been a good thing that we have, because there have been some dialogues with him that I assume don't really happen with anyone else. So I think that was still the right move, but it means we've seen a lot of Jaw, and I like Jaw, but I think that means less opportunities for PB and others as well. Could stick with Vetra. Think PB, one of the other things I'm a little bit concerned about with her is that she's, I assume, a little bit more of a glass cannon, kind of like what we are right now. So having someone who's a little bit tankier to accompany her, I think, is important. And Vetra can fill that role to a certain extent because she does have her shields and whatnot for, or armor for damage mitigation. The other person could be, we did just use Vetra, so maybe we swap her out for Drac, who we've used just once, I believe. And eventually we're going to lose track, of course, of how many times we've used everyone. But just where possible, at least initially, would like to give people a chance to show their stuff, and especially for PB since we just haven't used her at all yet. Of course, I'm sure in time we'll develop people who we think are our favorites, both from a personality standpoint and from a skill standpoint, especially as we start to figure out more precisely what we want to do for our character. Finding people that complement what we do will be important, but I think for now we stick with this.
Descent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Okay.
Back where we really started. What's new in our first home?
The Kett still maintain a presence. Skirmishes are frequent, and travel requires caution.
I've got a cure for that. Next.
The atmosphere continues to clear, but radioactive hazards pool in some areas. Study is ongoing.
This is cool.
And remnants remain active on the surface, but also as detected by seismic readings.
Point of contact for all this?
Your people, Pathfinder. Prodromos is expanding, with all the trials and discovery that building an outpost represents.
Grounded in research.
All data about newly accessible EOS is from their work.
Well, let's make sure it gets the attention it deserves.
All right. Whoa, what is... Oh, is it that? Is there a nomad? Okay. What is that clicking sound? It's obnoxious. Where is it coming from? It is the station that's making that clicking sound, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. I don't like it. It's annoying. Is that just pointing us to the Tempest? Oh, nope, hold on. What the heck? You're very much not showing us toward this. You're pointing us in the opposite direction. Ah, because I'm looking at the wrong thing. What is this? Okay. A big glowy terminal that says Lost Drones. We launched a bunch of early drones for recon and specimen recovery. EOS's hostile environment caused a lot of them to malfunction. My hands are full with fixing doors around the settlement. Can someone please search for them? Nav coordinates of launch locations are included. Mark them with a beacon and our team will recover them. Technician Fessenden. Okay. That sounds like something we could help out with, especially if we're gonna head out and do some more exploration soon. Okay, what else? Oh, there's a new quest in here. There's a lot of things over here, it seems. That building in general. Yes, this is more so the area we want to be in, I guess. So, I think we unfortunately disconnected from the stream several times and had a series of technical issues, so I'm not entirely sure where we last left off, and hopefully, you know, it's right around here. Might be a little bit of a jump, but basically we're hopping in to this building here, and in case you guys didn't see it, I was chatting with this person, Darket Tiervien, who was the person who we got released preemptively out of cryostasis. I forget who it was who had originally requested that we do that, but basically they said that they have some experience with smuggling, and they suspected that there are specific locations where the Kett would be smuggling in their resources or something along those lines. And so I believe we got some locations on our map now, and probably perhaps even a quest to do that. So that is pretty much the gist of it in terms of what I may have done but may not have appeared on stream. So I think with that being said, we can now proceed. And it looks like there might be something new here. Prodromos supplies report. Reporting Prodromos supply. Jerry O'Donnell. Log begins. Shrinkage from our survey team's supply drops has been running at 15%. If we had people to spare, I'd send them to investigate the actual sites. Still, it's pissing me off. It's rough country, but I've been told to expect up to 20% loss. Doesn't mean I accept it. Nav points of supply, lost sites available. Okay, of course.
Nav points of lost supplies noted, Pathfinder.
Would assume that...
Not busting our tails on viability to let resources go so easy. Let's check it out.
Would assume that that's Cat intervening. Other question that I had, does it show us here, is... And I'm not sure, this is probably entering spoiler territory, so probably don't answer this. But question that I had, at least thought to myself, was, you know, when we were finishing things up on EOS, I'm pretty sure we were at exactly 78% viability. But if we were to, say, just leave EOS alone, not paid any attention at all, and let whatever happens happen to it, would the Kett start to fight back and potentially, in doing so, reduce the viability? Or could other things happen that could reduce the viability while we are away? Or once we've reached a number, does it always stay at that number at a minimum, and the only thing that could change is it could increase after we do additional things to support the colony? So again, I don't think you should answer that question, because that probably could enter spoiler territory, but that is something that I'm wondering. Okay, you were glowing a second ago, and I'm not really sure why, but you're just selling stuff at the moment. So it's not as if you have any quests or anything like that. I suppose we could chat with this person again. I think we're probably not going to be able to repeat that conversation that you guys probably missed, but let's see.
My family thanks you, Pathfinder.
Yeah, so I guess I forget because it was a while ago that we initiated this quest, but basically some family members of hers really just wanted her to get released early, which is granted the very thing that we were arguing with some protesters on the Nexus about previously, and took the exact opposite approach, but you know, this time it's on the down low.
Tell me about yourself.
Darkage Tervian, W84 Crispin. Joined the initiative to be no one special, somewhere very special. Military family, as you probably suspected, but deeper. And I wanted to leave that life with as many lives as I could bring. I lost a brother before I woke, apparently. He was at Site 2.
I'm sorry.
Not as sorry as the Ket will be if they threaten us
Hold
here.
on.
I didn't come here to look at death. I won't.
You know, this is a hot take. The voice actress for this Turian. Is it Tally? Ashroka, I think is her name? Obviously not using the same accent, but I believe that actress is originally from either the US or Canada, and so usually does not speak with the accent that she uses when she's playing Tally. But there are some certain intonations there that I'm hearing that sound reminiscent of the way that Tally speaks. So I'm hearing that, I'm going to myself, is that Tally I'm hearing right now? So I'm curious.
Take care, Darkit.
You too, Pathfinder.
That sounded a lot like Tally. That sounded a lot like Tally. Okay. Let's see. I think there's potentially still, more new quests for us to take on here. Find the work rosters. A work crew from Prodromos has a dangerous plan to try and control the remnant. They should be stopped before someone is injured. Search Prodromos for clues. Okay, so that is, in theory, right where we were. Is that why the person was lighting up before? Or is that in the other terminal? We looked at this one. What about this one? There's nothing over here. So no. I mean, it looked like it was very close by. What is it? One of the next buildings up. Is it above? Out here? Wait, what? Huh? What the heck? How do we get in there? What the heck? Is there an upstairs we can access from inside? Hold on just a minute. How do we get up there? What the heck? What the heck? Not sure what that's all about. Is the quest marker just in a very odd place? Hello? Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? I mean, we got some research intel. That seems strange. Maybe we focus on this for the time being. Okay, this I think is pretty clearly up here. Right? No? Maybe? Yes, I think so. Ah, Dr. Ramirez, yes.
This definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew tried to control them.
Sand particles were removed from the wound. Analyzing. The sand may be from several locations. I need more data to form a conclusion.
Are you seriously trying to get the location where some kind of accident happened based on the sand particles? What? That's crazy talk. Okay, but that was one of potentially several? things. Now can we do this stuff here? So is that why it was showing up in seemingly a totally random spot, which is supposed to scan sand particles on the side of the building? Is that basically what this comes down to? Huh? Still very odd. What is this? Yeah, find the work rosters. Wait, is that the same one? Now, there's so many... Hold on, there's so many things in close proximity. Yeah. What the heck? I mean, it looks like there's a computer monitor in there that we just can't access, the console, because it's on a floor that we don't have access... Or do we have access to it? No. Huh? Okay, I don't know what to make of that. I don't know how we're supposed to interact with that. But I believe there was a new quest here somewhere, yeah. So I think we will just focus on that for the time being, I guess. He's apparently more or less right on top of us. So much so that it won't let me click on it. Apparently it's right behind us. Probably somebody over here.
Ryder, just who I was looking for.
Aha! Just who I was looking for.
Ah, Pathfinder. I hear you're to thank for a physics-defying atmosphere processor.
That's
Yes.
me. I'm Ryder.
Haley Abrams, Director of Scientific Research on EOS, and writer of papers that start what the hell weather. But, new galaxy, new world, and a really new start. Gotta keep up. How can I help you?
Let's see. Bradley? Question mark? Maybe we'll end with that one. Let's start more general.
Activating that vault changed the planet. Anything to worry about?
Considering it's world-altering technology we've
Probably.
never encountered before, I hope not. But the storms show no signs of returning, and I know who to contact for Remnant tech support. I'll take it.
Does she mean us? Are we the remnant tech support people?
What kind of research are you working on?
Ramirez asked me to help out with vaccines, so I'm growing bacteria. The glamorous life of a scientist.
Okay. Bradley?
What do you make of Lieutenant Bradley?
Oh, Lieutenant.
Determined
Okay.
as hell. And he has incredible faith in us to get this done. Bradley would carry this outpost on his back if he had to, and we'll make sure he never has to.
Is that basically the mayor guy that we met a while ago?
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work.
Okay, but see, the thing is you're supposed to give us a quest, and you didn't give us a quest, so I would like for you to give us a quest.
There, did you feel that tremor? We've been tracking major seismic activity lately. But I don't know what's causing it. Something strange is going on out there.
Okay, I mean, this is a strange planet, but what kind of something?
An earthquake something, or a volcano something?
I'm guessing a remnant something? That might help us. EOS has massive underground rivers we can't tap, but altering those tremors just right might crack the ground for irrigation. Our seismic survey hammers would be perfect. All I need is someone to place them. Please?
Okay, that's wildly optimistic, but of course, the reason for the tremors is not earthquakes or volcanoes, two much more reasonable, logical assumptions. No, of course, it's gotta be remnants, and by doing whatever we need to do to investigate this remnant stuff, it will magically make it so that irrigation is somehow much more feasible, because reasons.
What's a seismic survey hammer?
Fox built them. They punch like a dozen Krogan and cause vibrational changes underground. The hammers give good geophysics data, but honestly, they're just fun.
Okay, fair enough.
You got it. Just tell me where to go.
I've marked out the areas where the tremors seem centered. Trigger the hammers there. Just be careful. The tremors are getting worse. Anything else before you go?
My controller vibrated right as she said the tremors are getting worse, which is probably not a coincidence.
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work.
That was cleverly done. Have we spoken to you before? I feel like we have not.
Pathfinder, mind giving me your opinion on this? I'm planning classes for our first school, when we have one. Some say we shouldn't teach Milky Way history. All irrelevant now, apparently.
That's an interesting question. Well, I mean, history is one of those subjects where a lot of people, I think, have the false perception that, well, it's history. It already happened. What use is it to today? Why is it a practical subject? But what those people fail to realize is that if we don't learn from history, oh no, here comes the cliche. History is doomed to repeat itself. I mean, yes, it's true. Exactly. I mean, culturally, you need to know where you came from. That much is true. But, take things like the Krogan rebellions. People got or the Krogan specifically, got a little too aggressive, expanding their territory, trying to control planets that other people had already claimed, and it led to a galactic war. What are we trying to do right now? We're trying to colonize new planets, including, in some cases, ones that already have other species than Gara on them. It might be kind of useful. To look back at things that we did and did not do well back in the Milky Way to try to not mess them up in the same way here in Andromeda. So yeah, I think it still matters.
We were all shaped by that history. Our children deserve to know how and why.
Agreed. Maybe you'll change a few minds. Thanks for stopping.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else around here? I mean, there's still that. I don't know. I don't know how or why or what the deal is there. There is still. Is the research station? Oh yeah, so that's just the research station we'd find on the Tempest or anywhere else. But there is that quest that Cora wants us to do over here as well. Have the various metally things respawn. Surely, right? No? Okay. It's a one and done type of thing, apparently. Obviously, it's been a very long time since we last tried to mine that. Don't know if we've ever looked at this terminal before. Quarantine best practices. You're telling me. Please remember that everything shipped to the landing pad, especially from off-world rather than sealed Nexus supplies, must go through quarantine procedures via confined observation, spot testing, bacteriological scans, or radioactive sterilization. We are a new presence on Eos, and everything added to the ecosystem will have an effect down the line. Our job is to make sure it's a beneficial one, and strong quarantine practices will really help us out. Hanley Abrams is the person we were just talking to a little while ago. Addendum, if anyone tries to tell me or Hanley that your shipment's a special case and you don't need to bother, you'll be running quarantine twice. Bradley. Okay. Radiation alerts for shuttle pilots. That false doohickey might be clearing the atmosphere, but we've still got pockets of high radiation and bad weather across the continent. Telepresence update. Zones 10 through 12, are still smoking hot, but Zone 8 is showing a drop. Watch your shuttle's radiation shield absorption. They can take up to 190, I forget what the units for radiation stand for, but radiation units, safely. Anything more and you need to head back for refit. And remember that if you're carrying power cells or radiological equipment, those can throw your readings off. Make sure you're as safe as you think. Pilot McReady. Okay, so that sort of answers one of the questions we had before, is to what extent has the radiation fallen here? It sounds like in some areas, but not all. Okay. Then today's flight schedule, weather monitoring sweep. Oh, those are all the time periods. Geographical survey flight, sign up early or you'll lose your equipment slots. Retrieving Team Sigma plus plant specimens, and high altitude atmospheric OBS with time slot for Astronomical survey. Okay. Well, this is obviously not where the quest is, although this is... Is this new? I don't think this was built out the last time we were here. Either that or we just didn't head over in this direction all the way to see it. But that would be cool if the colony is truly growing in between visits. I mean, assuming that you've done something meaningful in between those visits. I see the rock and I want to mine it because I feel like we probably missed this one before. And we did. Huzzah. More? More? More rocks? No. Okay. To the quest we go. Be sure we're gonna have to enter through the building like a normal human would and not just crash through the walls. Also, there are containers here. With... I mean... potentially useful mod and a little bit of credits. Hyderia. Oh, this is about, if I remember correctly, trying to find the Asari arc, right? Which is probably a pretty big deal. Please help. This is the only way I can get the word out before someone gets killed. My work crew. They keep talking about that remnant tech. They think the initiative's lying about how dangerous it is. That a couple of electrodes in the right place could get the remnant to work for them instead. They tried before, and I helped out in Medbay when those remnant observers carved up Barty. But Jennings says we could live like kings if we had an army of remnant bots working and fighting for us. He's taking the whole work crew to help him this time. I have to go with them. Maybe I can talk Jennings out of it. But if I can't, someone should know why we didn't come back. Did we read that before? I think we did get a quest for something along those lines previously, but this is what matters here. Also, is there anything else for us to scan? I mean, there was the container that we hadn't opened, so that would suggest we hadn't been in this building before.
Wait, Cora should probably be here for this.
Oh. Alright, fine. If it's Cora's quest, Cora is technically supposed to be here for this. Be that way. It's actually interesting that it does make you do that. I mean, it's, I suppose, the sort of equivalent of a loyalty mission of sorts. Which, of course, existed in Mass Effect 2, and in Mass Effect 2 you were required to take the person whose loyalty mission it was with you on the missions. What side of the ship do we enter? Oh my god, wow. I hope you were wearing sunglasses. I am sorry. But yeah, so for Mass Effect 2, you had to bring the corresponding squad mate with you on their own loyalty mission, understandably. For Mass Effect 3, there weren't really... Now I'm blanking out. I mean, there weren't official loyalty missions. I mean, I assume we can just switch out. Can we just basically get Cora if we go back to the Tempest temporarily and immediately jump back down here? That's kind of what I'm hoping we can do.
Ascent is go.
Except then we're gonna go back down, pretty much immediately.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
No, you can stay in the atmosphere. There may be a more efficient way to do that. I know we can switch out weapons
Cora
and
wanted
whatnot.
to check in with you.
Is Cora gonna be really mad because I did not bring her with us? Even though the whole reason why we got back on the ship is so that I could bring her with us?
Wait, Lexi, your dad was Turian? That explains so much.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah. What's that supposed to mean?
You know, how uptight you are.
I am not uptight.
Not even 300 years old and fussing at us like a matriarch.
I'm a doctor. Fussing's part of the job.
Nah, she's just a subterranean homesick alien. Strike teams. Has it been long enough? Almost, but not quite. It's the Pyjack! It's the Pyjack! It's here!
Oops. Looks like our Pyjack friend got out of his cage. He'll be fine, won't he? The exercise will probably do him good.
Totally. Oh, he's a space monkey. He's a space monkey.
They aren't just conquerors or slavers. The Ket turn everything you are to their advantage. Worst kind of enemy. The one that makes you fight your own people.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know who she was talking to there. The way the camera was pointing, I was like, are we walking in on a conversation she's having with someone else? Is she talking to us right now? I'm really not sure. So, okay. Like, I kind of thought that she was talking to Jal. But, okay. Now that we've established she is speaking to us. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it must be pretty tough for Jal.
That's what Jal faces every day, now that we know the truth.
Friends, neighbors, all changed. And they're loyal to what changed them.
You're pretty worked up about this.
Kandros wants strategies for handling the Ket. I talked with Drac, putting ideas together. Expand our guerrilla tactics, get Angaran military advisors, research exaltation.
Yeah, tell us the score, tell.
Just, I don't know. Wish your dad could give me his take.
Okay, so we started to make some schmoves on some other people. So, as I said, I don't really feel that much of a, I don't feel particularly compelled to romance anyone in particular, but we started, I guess, kind of, sort of, pursuing Vetra, so I guess we'll continue to go that way. But yeah, you don't need our deceased father to give you approval of your opinions. You can make up your own mind.
Why? This all looks fine to me.
Nasira, your father, they always had a plan I could follow. Without one, it's too easy for people to get hurt. Like now. The Initiative's plans are shot, and people die because of it.
So these are not really the answers that I'm looking for here. These are both seemingly very pessimistic.
We're flying blind. It'll take years to put all the pieces back together.
Our biggest headache is the Ket. Work goes on, I guess. Sarissa will have a strategy. Just need to find her and the other Asari. It'll be good to have certainty again.
Okay. Whoa, wait, what? I did not look at this before. What the heck is that? Because that is moderately terrifying. Guess that's a scan of it? Are those the little crab creatures that show up on Eos that we've destroyed a few times? They actually have the little, like, poisony projectile things that they shoot at us and whatnot. Who's a good pie, Jack? Oh, we can't pet him again? No! I'm distraught. Did that conversation go long enough to do this? Not quite. Oh, this one takes longer. Interesting. Okay, I feel like this is kind of the situation that I think, alluding to before, where it's like, okay, well, now do we just hang out for 4 minutes while we wait for that strike team to finish? We just twiddle our thumbs? Or do we say, we'll just go out and do a mission? And, you know, obviously, we're not getting all of the strike teams out as quickly as possible.
It's non-toxic. If we're going to live here, someone has to take the plunge and actually try to eat things.
Dr. Tapero, please do something.
Don't do it, Suvi.
Don't do it, Suvi!
Hold on me. I thought we were friends. You, sir, are uninvited from all my parties.
Ouch. That's personal. Okay, hold on. I'm not really sure that we talked much to Suvi or Kalo after our most recent main mission.
The discovery of Aya was just what we needed, Ryder. The Angaran scientists have been so generous in sharing their wisdom. It's been amazing.
Yeah, the cat have been a little bit different, but yeah, the help has certainly been helpful.
Angaran expertise will be a tremendous help to the Initiative.
We were certainly hurting for it. I'm thankful the Angara were willing to risk working with us.
I'm afraid not all of them are quite so friendly.
Some give trust easily. From others, you have to earn it. I'm confident we'll get there.
Yeah, if that's the one and only time we could ever pet the hijack, I'm legitimately distraught. Like, no joke. But surely, if we come back on a later occasion, we can do it again. Otherwise, goodness. If you could really only ever pet it once, now I'm thinking about, like, the intense strategery that we would have to do to figure out, okay, so what is the optimal time? If we can only pet the hijack once, what is the precise moment during which we would like to pet that hijack? Because it must be at the perfectly optimized time. So I'm hoping there's still a chance to do it later on. Okay, see, this is weird. We've asked about, I think, a lot of these things, and yes, they're seemingly kind of in that semi-gray area, which suggests, yes, we have talked about this before, but there are still other components that we've not yet addressed.
What do you know about the Remnant's terraforming network?
From what I can tell, the vault is designed to adjust almost everything about a planet. Climate, pH of the soil, atmosphere composition. There's even evidence that it can propagate
You can
life.
say acidity.
If we can figure out how to control the vaults, we could turn these worlds into perfect habitats.
Yeah, and I talked about this a little while back, that this one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed about. The fact that it's basically, oh, there are these ancient vaults that have this advanced technology that we never expected we would ever find, and they have all the solutions for us. And so rather than coming in and colonizing terraforming a planet the way that we would have needed to have planned to do for the Andromeda Initiative, no, we're just going to go all in on this embracing the magic-y space technology stuff that we don't fully understand, and just pray that that does all the work for us. Which, again, like, yes, it's really an big oversimplification, which I would have liked if there was more room to dive into the details and actually, you know, maybe not every planet is solved by, or is made habitable by us opening up one of the vaults and activating it and what have you. Or, you know, maybe that's the main quest planets, but there could be side quest planets, which I think we've previously established don't really exist in Andromeda. And for those ones, maybe you don't have a vault, but you have other more science-y means through which you can make a planet more viable, like, you know, well, addressing all those things that she mentioned. pH of the soil, the atmospheric composition, the temperature, all the stuff that I mean, I've mentioned a lot of it before, but rather than just hand-waving, Remnant technology answers all of our questions. Stop. Just embrace it. Don't hesitate. Okay, but that might have been new, or at least I didn't remember talking to Suvi about that before.
I take it you work closely with the Nexus Science team?
I tried to keep in contact with them. We discuss anything and everything we discover out here. After all, many brains are better than one, and Dr. Aridana is worth 2 or 3 at least. I work best when I have other people to bounce ideas off of.
Okay, ready? Honest question. What is Suvi's official role on the team? She's here on the bridge. Obviously, she's not the pirate. She's not the pilot, though. But here she's talking like she navigator. She has a role on the science side of things, but she's not a full-blown. Yeah, I think must be navigator, right? I mean, she is the person that does all the talking whenever we're traveling from one location to the next, so that would make sense. It's just, we're talking about all these different aspects of the initiative, and she's like, yeah, I coordinate with these people, I work a little bit on this. I was like, okay, but yeah, how does that tie into your official role? Because that's, like, where do you fit in to the bigger picture? Just confused me for a second. But yeah, I guess navigator, and it makes sense that you'd at least have some of the sciencey stuff that you need to do, even if you're not, you know, out there in the field as one of the lead scientists yourself.
I'm still fuzzy about how we managed to see Andromeda all the way from home.
It confused me too. I mean, the light lag would have made any data 2 million years out of date. So I asked Dr. Aridana, and she told me, well, it wasn't her tech that did it. It was the Geths.
What?
You're kidding. Those killer robots we had in the Milky Way?
Those exact ones. The initiative obtained data from an array in deep space. A Geth construct. According to Aridana, the Geth rebuilt a mass relay and turned the approach corridor into an FTL sensor.
The Geth made a mass relay?
It operated like a telescope, just faster than light. It provided much more up-to-date info. We don't know why the Geth were interested in observing beyond the galaxy, though. Maybe we'll never know.
Oh. Okay. Now, that has some totally different gears turning. It's, some theorizing gears. Not for Andromeda. Not for Andromeda. I don't know to what extent. I guess this is not really spoiler territory. For the next Mass Effect game that is currently in development, there have been, apparently, references to both the Milky Way and Andromeda and the Geth. And there have been a lot of questions as to how all those pieces fit together and what that might mean for the next Mass Effect game. And just hearing this explanation of Geth from the Milky Way observing Andromeda, it's like, hold on, that is tying a lot of those things together right there, which does make me very curious. Obviously, we're not getting a lot of information beyond that right now, but it does make you ponder a little bit. And also, we were talking a little bit, again, a while ago about how, when we were saying it seemed really odd that when we were traveling to the Andromeda Galaxy, we didn't have all this stuff planned out. These are the planets we want to go to. These are the ones that seem to have the right planetary conditions to be reasonable for us to colonize. It's not going to take a tremendous effort to terraform these planets, or if it is, we at least have the means necessary to do that so that we can actually have a place where we can settle. Because when we first arrived, of course, none of that was really true, but a lot of that was because there's a huge delay between the amount of, because it takes a very long time to get light traveling from the Milky Way to Andromeda and back. That means that if you're trying to capture images and make observations about something that is as far away as another galaxy, then it takes hundreds, or in this case, I think Subi said millions of years before you actually receive that data, even if it is traveling at the speed of light. So that was how we were trying to act on data that we had on the Andromeda Galaxy, but there was actually this, we are technically looking at the Andromeda Galaxy thousands, or as Subi was saying, millions of years in the past, which is kind of crazy and hard to conceptualize, but technically it's kind of like time travel of sorts, or looking back into the past. So, but apparently we could make the scans travel more quickly than light, faster than light, using that Geth technology, which meant there was less of an issue, still an issue, but less of an issue than it would have been if we had not done that. Do they want to know more about connections between Milky Way and Andromeda in the new Emmy game? Yes. So obviously, when I first saw the reveals or the teasers, I guess is a better way to phrase it, for the upcoming Mass Effect game, I had, at the time, played the original trilogy several times, but had never played Andromeda, so when I heard people saying, oh yeah, there's some ties to Andromeda, I just thought, okay, well, I've never played Andromeda, so I don't really know what that's gonna mean. It just seemed odd, though, that two entirely separate galaxies, and for the most part, in separate universes there's some overlap, yes, between the two games, but would somehow coalesce into one game. But now that I'm getting my feet wet in this whole Andromeda experience, I can start to theorize how some of those things might happen.
How did the Initiative even get its hands on Geth knowledge? They're isolationist and hostile.
I don't know, Ryder. Maybe I don't want to know.
Oof. Okay, so, we've asked Subi about her faith. So I don't know if there's even more to talk about on that subject. And probably the Scourge as well.
What do you know about the Scourge?
We established that it's artificial. Someone put it there. Or they
Oh.
did something that caused its creation. We don't know why. That's still a mystery.
I mean, that's definitely what I assumed, because it wasn't there previously. Again, thousands or hundreds or however many years Subi said actually took place between when we were observing Andromeda and when we got here, during which time maybe it naturally showed up, but my assumption was still that it was artificially placed there.
When did you start believing in a god?
My parents were both scientists. My home was ruled by rationality. So when I became a teenager, let's just say that while other kids found Batarian music, I found God.
But your work as a scientist...
Convinced me even more, especially when I got into molecular biology, physics. The patterns I kept seeing over and over again, they were like an artist's watermarks. God, to me, is an artist, an inventor, not someone checking to see if I brush my teeth.
Okay, maybe that is new still. It's the same topic we talked about her before, but going to more depth.
I should get back to things.
Sounds good.
Okay. Now I think it has been long enough that we can free-launch the Apex teams, then maybe we'll talk to our pilot as well. Just find the most inefficient way to zig and zag our way over here. Okay, this one's done. This one needs... Oh, that one takes longer. Okay. What happened here? Success. Level gained. Nice. Mission funds. And the credits and all the other goodies as well. Okay. So that means that theoretically we have a little bit of this stuff. There's some credits. Oh, we can do them individually in this case. Go one by one. Which makes it a little bit easier to see what exactly we're getting and how rare it is, I suppose. Now here we get the numbers, though. Yeah, like that doesn't seem like very much. So I think this is mostly... It's not contributing that much to the strike teams right now. It's mostly just leveling them up, really. So we can start considering taking on the silver missions soon. Because they're level 7 and level 6. Oh, and did we gain a positive trait? Hold on. We had the lucky... We had that before. No, okay. Nothing new there. At this point, we have 50... Is that how much we needed to make a new team? No, it's 80. Okay. Closer, but still not there. Okay. So now, why don't we take a second to talk to Kalo, because I don't think we did that before.
Oh, the ship manual's useful. That leg of my workbench needed propping up.
If you bothered reading it, you'd know that the Tempest is an orchestra of new tech. You can't just meddle with...
I got this ship launch ready in record time, Calo. I know my stuff.
And you don't have a shred of respect for other people's.
Callow?
Oh, Ryder. Sorry you had to hear that.
Okay. Some little bit of ship drama, I suppose.
What can I do for you?
You and Gil fighting?
I couldn't help overhearing you and Gil. It sounded pretty heated.
He likes redesigning things, but the ship was built this way for a reason. I wish Gil would respect that. It's nothing to concern yourself about, really.
Alright. But what is your opinion on him, though?
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Liam's quite fun. Not many humans have that kind of energy. I probably shouldn't have told him there are secret compartments in the armory, though. He's been looking all day.
Was that a lie? If so, then that is devious. Speaking of Liam, we actually did pick up the movie for him, which I don't know if that's kind of like the project, something that we might want to, if we can only do it once, save for an important time, or if we should just do it now and it just, you know, if it gives us a little bit of experience, then might as well do it and maybe, you know, get that now and maybe level up more quickly.
Tell me something else about the ship.
O'Connell, our systems designer, was running a power distribution model, how power moves through the ship. But he forgot to lock his terminal and we, added a few embellishments. For 2 days, poor O'Connell was convinced that turning on all the bathroom lights would overload the engine core.
Pretty sure we heard that.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll be.
Okay. So yeah, should we chat with Liam now? Before we forget? We'll check in with him at some point, right? Let's head back down, because we were saying we want to get Cora down here, right? Okay, so we'll actually land now. We need Cora for her mission. Oh no, not exit. Land. The opposite of that. So, let's see. The issue with that is if we are thinking that we want to bring PB as, I mean, we brought her momentarily. when we were down on Eos before, but otherwise we haven't used her yet. If we want to bring her, I'm under the impression PB is going to be more of a glass cannon type character, which is why we were saying it makes sense to bring Drac with her. Cora, I mean, she has charge, which can give her shields back, so that's sort of a survivability thing, but then it also means she's right next to all the enemies, so that's not so much a survivability thing. So my point is, there is a role that we are trying to have this other person fill, and I'm not necessarily sure Cora's the best person to fill that, but it has been a while since we've last used her, and we do, of course, need her for this mission, so I guess otherwise it'd be a question of do we swap out PB, but I guess we won't do that. We'll just casually land here again.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Okay. So we are back on Eos. Now that we have Cora, we should be able to do, or at least initiate, her quest. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Do we only need her for this component where we initiate the quest and then theoretically we could do what we just did? Hop back onto the Tempest, get someone else out, and not have Cora for her mission? Or does she actually need to be here for the entirety of the mission? No. Not necessarily sure we should try to break the game like that, but I am very curious to see. It's like, is it just this initial conversation? Maybe. Either way, let's do it.
Armed and armored. Good for you. I could have used
What
that
is wrong with your eyes?
a few weeks ago.
I'm Ryder, the human pathfinder.
Lieutenant Harper, we're looking for the Asari Ark.
So am I. Watching the skies every day, praying they survived the cat.
Yeah, don't stare at the stars. Or the sun equivalent so much, because your eyes are messed up. I suspected the cat? I mean, yeah, I guess. Assumed cat or Scourge?
The evidence pointed to the cat being involved.
The way pain is involved when you get burned.
Like when
What
you stare
happened?
into the sun.
The cat chased our ark across the cluster. But these weren't their regular soldiers. They were hunters. Elite killers.
Oh. Okay. I mean, we've run into some enemies that I've probably, in passing, referred to as elites every now and again. Basically, any cat that has a shield, I'm kind of just grouping together. Yeah, sure, they're the ones that have the big machine guns, and they're the ones that have guns that are not machine guns, but are bigger than the other guns. Otherwise, they don't really, distinguish between them all that much. So, why were they hunting you? And are the Arks defenseless?
Being hunted by an elite anything isn't fun. What were they after?
I don't know. I'm a junior. I just do what they tell me. A bridge officer, Sarissa something, gave the evacuation order. Hundreds of people, all trying to flee. It was...
Where could we look for the Ark?
We lost track. But they launched a ship to help evacuees, and her crew would know. You'd have to find her. Follow the transponder, maybe.
Okay. We'll get on it.
Our Tempest is designed to find needles in haystacks. We'll handle this.
The ship's called the Paraphona. I'll give you her transponder codes and last flight plan. Thank you. It's good to see the Ket aren't the only ones winning.
Okay. So go to Vold to track her signal. Okay, I was gonna say, because we had previously established that... give us some room. Thank you. We had previously established that there doesn't seem to be any planets that are places where you go for just side quests. All side quests exist on a main quest planet. Unless it's just scanning something that you don't ever actually land on, which I doubt would be the case, because in this situation, because it seems like this is a pretty major side quest, as side quests go. So yeah, I guess for that reason, it does make sense that it's taken us back to one of the planets that we had gone to previously. I am curious to see what, like, I don't think we tried walking into the water before. Does it kill us? Does it not kill us? Do we know how to swim? I have no idea. Because we haven't tested these things. Maybe it is worth... Oh, we're on a main... This still counts as a planet that we can't save on. Ah, so you're telling me I can't save and then immediately jump straight into the water to see if we die? Darn it! Where's the fun in that? Also, there are rocks over there that I would like to scan. Slash, not scan, but mine. And now that I've run around, I no longer remember precisely where they were, but I'm pretty sure they were over here somewhere. Mine. Okay. Now that we've done that, now that we've initiated that, let's take a look at our map here. Is there anything else that we need to start here? There's still that... Okay, maybe we give this another look. There was... I forget, was this when the stream kept on crashing? This might have been when the stream kept on crashing, but there was this area over here where there was a side quest that we just could not find the actual spot to interact with to progress it. Oh, that was a lot of floor right there. It looked like it was on the second floor of a building that we could not enter. So I wasn't really sure how we do the thing that it was asking us to do. But maybe we can give it a shot now. It's over here. This building, basically on the second floor. The problem is, if we enter through here, there's no way to go up to a second floor. We even tried blasting off again, but Team Rocket was unsuccessful. Then if we go around, and there didn't seem to be any way to end... Hold on. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Confirmed, I am just a silly Billy. Okay, work rosters. Week 2. Water course repair team. Kane Fox, team leader. Is that the engineer that's in this building with us right now? Lorelei Smith, water pipes. Matthew Kinnison, VI programming. Attachment, course damage sheet. Weather monitoring device setup. Axel Jennings, team leader. Shale Varax, Jamie Kasperik. Attachment monitoring device logs. Okay.
Work rosters. That datapad mentioned the name Jennings. Here, Axel Jennings. Assigned to set up weather monitoring devices all over the desert.
Only one location matches the sound from the medical equipment. A monolith.
Oh.
Let's go.
Oh, so yeah, that was one of the people who got all ambitious trying to break into the remnant areas and assume that it was much safer than it actually is? Or am I mixing up other quests? Because that's definitely a thing. Just don't remember if that is the thing that is happening in this case. Alright, so we have initiated a lot of quests. Investigate the monolith site. Does that mean we're actually going to one of the monoliths that we've already gone into? Pretty sure we've been into that one. Otherwise, there was this little rock place that previously we tried to go to, but this was in a high radiation area that we couldn't really go to. Huh. We were definitely in this spot before, but apparently now we can collect a sample there. Investigate supply drop sites. Discovered report indicates the supplies headed for Prodromos have gone missing. Checking the supply drop sites might uncover some information about what's happening. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at these places and going, we must have driven past that before. So these things must not have existed in this location previously. Drone recovery there. I mean, we could travel... Right, we could fast travel to any of these spots, which could certainly expedite things. We can't fast travel to the monoliths, though. We have that station? No, it's not blue, so we don't. How'd we get up there? by going off-road over here? Don't know, but I suppose that's more of an aside. So, it's just a matter of which of these quests do we want to do first. This seems like this is a pretty major one, and the Asari one is on Vold, as it turns out. So, that's not really something that we're likely to do right now. I think we're still going to focus on Eos for the time being. So we could fast travel to that spot, but that's functionally where we are. So I think instead we just head over to the Nomad. Which I think is over here. What is this thing? Remnant of some variety? Not only can it be called here, it has been called here. Okay, so now I think we're gonna really start putting things to the test in terms of how much has the radiation dropped. Like, this was previously a radiation 1 area. No longer the case. This is now totally safe, apparently. Okay, also this is a... Wait, zone strength... Current zone strength... What? Oh, for mining. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I thought, initially, I saw that and I thought, okay, we've done some mining in this area before, I think. So maybe that's what it's asking us, but for a second I thought it was saying, yeah, because there it just says current zone strength, so it's like, is that the settlement you're referring to? Can our settlement be too weak? Hold on. What's the super all-terrain mode? Did I just activate it, deactivate it? I can't tell from the signal. Yeah, I have no idea which mode we're in right now. There's no way we can do that, though. This is not the Mako. We have previously established this thing does not have the off-road capabilities that the Mako had. So, how do we actually get up? Through here, I believe. So yeah, like, this is what I was referring to a little while back, where whenever it tells us, oh, there's mining stuff to do here, I look at this and I see bars that look empty. And I think, okay, well, I mean, I could launch the mining stuff, but pretty sure that's just going to do a whole lot of nothing.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining
that
interface.
Startled me so much. So much. Okay. What's up, Tark? How's it going? We went for science on Eos. Come on. Come on. Is this all-terrain mode, or is this all-terrain mode? Does it make a difference? Because I think the answer is no. But, yeah, so, like, this place says that it has high... Okay, can we seriously just not even make it up this thing? Like, I get that it's not the Mako, but that's pathetic. Like, that's the main entrance and exit, and we can't even do anything there. Also, please stop doing that. Are we just gonna have to walk this on? Forget about the Nomad. Need to Valhalla break. Too many death skeetos. Oh wait, those are nasty, aren't they? It's been a while since I played Valhalla, but if I remember correctly, those are no joke. Okay, maybe we just run to that forward station instead and get the Nomad to respawn up here. We've seen these types of things before, but can we scan these particular ones? No. Also, it's been a very long time since we last used Cora, and this is our first time using PB, so we definitely have some skill points we could spend. We have seen this no longer living individual. This might be our workaround. Guess I would like to do that. But where'd it go? There it went. There's our workaround. Not too bad in the grand scheme of things. Tend to show up while you're busy with fueling a village and, you know... Don't fall down now. Not after all that. Show up when you least expect it, when you're least prepared, and you have the most stuff to lose, basically. Okay, it is a priority of mine now to improve the Nomad's off-road capabilities, because it's bad. Even in the supposed off-road mode. No, don't do that. Also, where are we trying to go? That would also be helpful. I would just like to get on the path. I would just like to get on the path. Like so. So, like, these are supposed to be good mining areas, but I don't see anything popping up. So what gives? And maybe a Pathfinder would be decent at finding paths. I don't know, I've never heard of it, though. I think those Pathfinders don't really exist.
Can be mined for resources.
They're just a myth.
You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
So yeah, like, I have the mining interface open, but all of these things, the bars are empty. We can send a mining thing, but is it going to do anything? Because it doesn't seem like it. And we've tried doing that type of thing before, and nothing noticeable really happens with regard to our acquisition or lack thereof of valuable minerals. So, no, it's rich, but no material. Okay, at least you tell me there's no materials detected. At least you'll do me that honor. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Why is it tell me it's rich if there are no materials here? Alright, anyways, that's mostly an aside. I would like to know how that works at some point, but we have a remnant monolith to go to. I did not remember there was one this close to... I guess there was one this close to Prodromos.
No sign of that work crew, but someone left their gear behind.
Huh? Donde? Donde está la biblioteca? And this is pretty sus. Pretty sus. The mineral icons are very general. Need to drive around and find the actual resource. I mean, we drove around a bit there. Like, how big of an area do we have to cover to find the actual location? And the fact that there's, like, I would get it if there's a little bit in some places and a lot more in others. And so it's just a matter of finding the most efficient spot. But it's another for it to just be a flat 0. Excuse me, I'm pretty sure there is relevant data.
Wait, I've got an open comm channel.
Easy money. Once the electrical charge builds up, we'll have ourselves some nice, obedient remnant.
Oh,
you better
no.
be sure this time, Jennings.
You are very wrong.
Spooked. Go hide behind the 4 giants. I'm busy.
Lexi, found another colonist.
Save the... Whoa! Save the crew less than 2 minutes. Okay, I only just saw that there was a timer there all of a sudden. Okay. Hold on. Let's apply those skills that I was saying we have theoretically acquired but not yet used for Cora to a certain... Yeah, I mean, she is 25, but PB has 30. Yeah, Cora, I guess we used her so early that she still has almost the same amount of skill points that PB has. So yeah, we are kind of lacking when it comes to a tank with this team. So, Cora, I mean, you have shield boost. What's the state of your charge? Recharge speed, damage force, radius. Probably gonna have to be radius there. Gun damage bonus, melee damage bonus after... Oh, detonates combos. We would like that. Although squad mates take so long to use their powers that maybe that's not a huge priority, after all. Nova channels energy into point-blank high-damage explosion around Cora. So in Mass Effect 3, Nova would cost shields to use. Is that the case here? Because if so, I'm not sure I trust Cora to do that responsibly without immediately getting herself killed. Channels energy to a point-blank high-damage explosion around Cora. Good damage. 4 meters, recharge time 12. That is faster than the other ones, I think. Damage radius, damage force. It seems like it's just a cooldown, though. Radius, force. Huge damage to shields, huge damage to armor. Knocks enemies to the ground and primes them for combo detonations. Only unarmored, unshielded, normal-sized enemies are affected. Or renders Cora invulnerable for a short time after using Nova. Invulnerability for 3 seconds is... It's not bad. Okay, so yeah, Nova in Mass Effect 3 was basically a powerful skill, yes, but one that makes you very vulnerable because you would usually spend a whole bunch of shields to do it. But it doesn't seem like that's a thing for Cora. In fact, if anything, if we go this route, it actually makes her tankier. So that is weird. I mean, that's fine. It's just fundamentally very different from the way that I think of Nova. So, especially right now when we're trying to think of ways to make Cora tankier, that is kind of hard to picture, to conceptualize that the skill that I would have thought is doing the opposite of that is actually perhaps the thing we ought to be going for. Barrier projection is amazing on... Oh. We can't use this yet. I think we just have to invest more points, right? But... What is this? Active skill for getting extra defenses. Core uses our Omni tool to reinforce the shields of nearby allies, providing large initial boost followed by several seconds of ongoing shield regeneration. That sounds useful. 125 shields, plus 50 per second for 3 seconds. Or no, for... Yeah, for 3 sec... Wait, what? Oh, yeah. 3 seconds, 6 meters every 15 seconds. Okay. That seems useful. So maybe Cora can very much help us with survivability. Increases duration of ongoing shield restoration, strength of initial shield restoration. Core and boosted allies take less damage while shield boost is active. 50. That's something. Shield boost now restores health as well as shields. So that could be useful. Sorry, Commando is more the offensive passive skills, right? Yeah, various kinds of damage. So yes, definitely helpful, but I'm not sure that's what we're looking for right now. Shields, health, health shield regeneration, damage resistance, shields restored on power kill 20%. Nifty, but because she has such a long recharge time, I'm not sure how reliable that really is. Max shields, wait. Increases maximum shields as long as Cora's alive, affects Cora and all allies. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. Partially restores Cora shields whenever her health is low. I mean, selfishly, giving us additional shields. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's convenience. Okay. So that's her passive. One of her 2 passives. And this... Okay, between that and shield boost, she actually has a lot of defensive stuff. Okay, so why don't we at least get her started on this? She has no extra survivability at the moment, or no extra health and whatnot at the moment. Health, shield restoration, delay reduction, shield regeneration. She has charge, of course. Not really sure we want her doing melee stuff. Yes, she is going to be up close and personal, doing the charge and novaing. Yeah, I guess I have a lot of questions about how efficiently we should be counting on Cora to charge, nova, melee, rinse, repeat. Because that is a lot of things that can work well together, but you need to know how to do them right. Otherwise, you're standing right next to the enemy, and you're maybe on cooldown while they are firing at you point blank. So we could make it all the way over here, I think. No, unavailable until we complete a personal mission for Core, which is theoretically what we're trying to do, kind of, sort of. Well, we started that one, but it actually takes place elsewhere. Okay, so yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon, I guess. So maybe just look back at charge, damage force. Yeah, I think getting the radius on charge is going to be a pretty big deal. Combo detonation. Again, I have some questions about this given how long the cooldown is. Actually, can we see from here? Recharge time, 20 seconds. Does that factor in? Does that account for the 25% recharge speed that we already got? I feel like it doesn't. Never trust squad mates to do combos with you. Usually go for their passives primarily. Prioritize those. Yeah, I like the radius, but I mean, there's such a long cooldown on all their active abilities. Yeah, I have questions about melee damage for Cora. Shield boost is now an option. That's a tech power. Technically, she's a sentinel. I mean, again, those lines are blurrier in Andromeda, but get those shields restored. I mean, that'd be... I like how this can... Not reliable, but every once again, she might bail us out with this, because it can help us, hit us too. We have 11 points still. That is tempting. Not sure if we'll go all the way for this, but yeah. It's, what is the radius? It's starts at 6 meters, pretty big. But if we're cloaking and running around, then we may not be right next to Cora. So there's certainly times when we won't be in the radius of it. Do we need that 40% radius? Because if not, then the shields per second is obviously stronger. Oh no, we have not even looked at PB at all yet. That's true. We can at least get the initial Nova unlocked, so she has more skills that, because they all have separate cooldowns, she's going to be a sitting duck less often. If we get this unlocked as well. 5 points, that means we could go 1, 2, and then we'd run out, right? Wouldn't quite have enough for 3. We do have just enough for this if we'd like. Partially restore shields for Cora and nearby allies whenever Cora defeats a foe with a power. That is nice. But again, I feel like it's not going to happen that often. Reduces incoming damage when Cora is at low health. Also increases her maximum health and shields. In an ideal world, this is better, but I feel like that's just not realistic for that to happen. How much is it? It's 20%. I mean, that would be great, but just don't really think we can rely on... And also, we're probably going to be killing more than she is anyway. So chances of her actually being the one to get the kill with a power and... How close do we need to be? I don't even know. I feel like we have to go this route then. Just feel like there's no real way to rely on that. Okay. PB. Invasion we've really not seen. Hacks into our enemies' hard suits, infecting them with invasive VI that weakens enemy defenses, so it's like a long-term debuff. Enemy defense debuff 25%, 15-second duration. Does a little bit of damage, but how does this scale? Recharge speed, spread radius. Wait, when they die, does it spread to someone else? How exactly does that work? Invasion now spreads to nearby enemies. Okay, it doesn't spread until that happens. Invasion now infects up to 3 enemies near the target location. Okay, so that gives you more AoE. Then lasts longer, spreads to more distant enemies. Enemy debuff gets stronger. Can't use these yet, but when affected, enemy falls below 15% health. Invasion triggers an explosion that damages the enemy and other nearby enemies. 144 is not huge, but it's not insignificant either. Affected enemies do less weapon damage. 15? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know yet how I want to approach this. Pull is weird. Because this is not a strong skill by itself. It is primarily meant as a quick priming ability, but with a 16-second recharge time. It's in previous Mass Effect games, it's like 3 seconds at most. It's just a really quick way to prime enemies. So that just seems very odd that it takes so long to get this back. Lifts unshielded and unarmored enemies helplessly into the air and primes them for combo detonation. So yes, it is a way to prime. They hold, then brings the target closer, and I'm not sure to what extent PB would do that. Combined with throw, we don't have throw, but that would be a way to make it stronger. Recharge speed, make it a little bit faster. Duration, a little bit fast. Like, duration is not really what you're trying to do with it. If you tap it, do they hover in place for the full duration? Or do they only go for the full duration if you are holding it and they get pulled right next to you? Because I don't love that in that case. Enemies within radius, duration. I'm just not loving the pull. Shockwave. Blast enemies with a cascading column of biotic explosions that can penetrate solid objects. This has actually pretty big damage. And force. So I'm a little more impressed by this, but... Survivalists. Shields. Health regeneration, regeneration delay reduction. Shields health. PB uses biotic. Evades and gains a bonus to shield regeneration time and health and what? Okay. I guess it for a second it sounded like it was trying to say when she uses biotics, but I think that's just permanently on. When PB's shields drop, her barrier explodes, impacting nearby enemies in a 5-meter radius with actually somewhat big damage. That's gimmicky, but may be useful in case enemies are swarming you. When PB uses a power to take down an enemy, she and her allies regain some shields. Okay, similar to what we saw with Cora, and again, just doesn't feel that reliable. Although that's one you think is strong. I mean, her powers... is there any reason why her powers would be more reliable than Cora's? Maybe. This is more unique to her, though. This still feels like that might be better. Either way, I think getting at least a little bit of survivability on her. Shields back more quickly or more total shields? Maybe regeneration? I'm not sure I like that, come to think of it. Yeah. I feel like that's better. At least more consistent. Essentially kill the enemies that are swarming you. Whereas this, like, 5 meters is also not that small. That's pretty decent size. Whereas this, again, just feels unreliable. Power durations. Recharge speeds. Okay. Area of effect. Just trying to see, like, is there a way to make pull more workable with some of these? Increases biotic damage and force for both PB and the Pathfinder. Ooh. PB's pistol damage increases when she has recently taken damage. That seems odd. I think we go for invasion for the time being, to be honest. Is it prime? It does not. With 11 points left still? Wow. Lasts longer, spread some more distant enemies. Enemy defense debuff. Feels like that might be more significant. Don't know how close the enemies need to be for it to effectively jump from one to the other. Let's do that. We can't spend it on any of the 6s. Oh, also Shockwave. Throw a little bit into this. Okay. There we go. little more survivability for all of them. And right, we have to save people who are somewhere, and I'm not entirely sure where, to be brutally honest with you, which is concerning. Where are they? Down here. We are falling through stuff. I mean, I see a mark for enemies over here. So kind of a... Whoa, hello. That probably was not the enemy in question, though. Okay, I am getting the strong feeling that wherever these guys are getting attacked, they are going to die, because I'm not sure where they are.
No sign of that work crew, but someone left their gear behind.
Where are they? In the monolith? Did we activate the monolith? We can't even go in here. Okay, now I'm getting frustrated. Because this is important, and we're going to have long-term ramifications if we can't save them. Which makes me mad. Where are they? Oh. No. That's just because of the random animals here. Alright, now I'm actually mad. If these people die because we can't find them, I'm legitimately going to be mad. And we are probably going to reset this mission, because I am very displeased by my inability to find where these people are, and I don't know how we are supposed to find it out. So... what gives? Are they over there somewhere? We need to drive in the Nomad to get somewhere to find them? Oh, I mean, I heard something over there.
You were like a human huntress or something.
Okay, now we're definitely nowhere near them.
Sorry, commandos, if that's.
All right, now we definitely just failed.
So weird. Can't imagine fighting someone else's wars.
I was there to learn.
Learn what?
Patience, apparently.
I'm telling you right now, we're going to reset this. And I don't know what we're going to have to do to reload, but I am mad. Now, obviously, they're not here. But I have no idea where they are. We're going to get a game over? I don't know. Alright. This feels really silly. How long ago was this? Not that long ago, nor was this. Hold on. This might be better. Where the heck are they? This is just before we went here. I mean, obviously, I think... Do our teammates still have their points spent? We know, or we have a sense is what we used them on before. Okay, no, they... Points have been allocated. Are the... Get to the work crew.
Sign of that work crew.
Okay.
But someone left their gear behind.
So it saved the points that we spent, but it didn't save this aspect?
Lexi, found another colonist.
Did we? I mean, we said that before, but I didn't actually see them at the time. Also, what? Colonists run down there? Or was that one of our teammates? 'Cause if that was one of the colonists, then that might be the direction that we're supposed to go here. Just feels like we are missing critical pieces of information. So where was that scannable thing that we saw previously? Somewhere over here? We have this activated. Go to the work crew. Where is the work crew? Oh. They're all the way over there. What? Okay, now we don't have a timer on? So I don't... Do we just go there and...
I'll need to use the interface that controls this.
Oh, okay. This one? That just does that. I feel like that comment that Ryder made was perhaps just a reference to the previous time when we were over here, and we completely ignore that and we just hop in the Nomad and drive over to that location where apparently the other colonists are, which is pretty darn far away. We're not timed right now for some reason. I'm not really sure about.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Thought for a second there that it was getting particularly excited about us mining here, but we're just gonna go find those people, whether we have a timer or not. I think we have to go backward before we can go forward if we're trying to go along the path. Yeah, which is maybe not necessarily the most efficient way to do this, but we'll do it nonetheless. Yeah, okay. If we go left here, this is a bit of a shortcut.
I've seen enough wastelands. Where's the celebration for managing to live here?
EOS will have holidays, once we figure out the seasons.
I'm trying to look at the potential. In 50 years, this could be a beach vacation.
Saw the little bars flashing, which made me think that that was a particularly good spot where we were actually going to have reason to drop the scanner, the mining tool. Now I'm distracted and paying more attention to that than... Oh, look, there's actually stuff. I mean, I don't know how high realistically this stuff can go, but that's the first time we've ever seen it not be zero. So that's encouraging. Oh, better still, maybe? Telling you, man, this is apparently the place to be. When it comes to carbon? Cadmium? Something? Maybe? Possibly? Kinda, sorta? There we go. Oh, we had it. There we go. Except now this is not... But what is this, though? Oh. 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 Except that this is a good... But this is a good spot. But that was a good spot. What if we go? You won't let us launch it there? Okay, fine. Yes, I'm getting completely distracted. Theoretically, there are some people who are...
Gil has tuned the Nomad perfectly for
in danger.
We're outfitted best we can.
How much is this gonna
Bumpy
give
ride
us?
getting this
Will it
far.
say?
I doubt any of our vehicles were tested this hard.
I didn't catch. How much? There was also... What about the other stuff? The sea. Whether that be carbon or something else. Okay. Anyways, we got our first successful mining thing, I think. Possibly. Hopefully.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
So how finicky is it? Because it seems like it does vary a fair bit. Even with Small changes in direction. Oh, look at this. That's pretty good. 52 graphite. Ah, okay. Yeah, graphite is pure carbon, so that makes sense why it's showing up as C. Okay, so we're just gonna assume that these people that once upon a time we had a time limit to help rescue are fine, even though we have dilly-dallied extensively.
Looks like we have some scavenger animals in our lost supply crates.
Huh? Okay, lost supply. Oh, well, that is a different thing, and we are apparently in combat, so we can't really fast travel there anyway, but it's not really what I was focusing on. Oh my god, what? Anybody care for iron? Number 20 of it, apparently.
Cora, can I have a word or two?
You get one.
It'll sound more sincere if it's two.
One.
All right. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
So much
Alright,
for
fair enough.
sincerity.
If you only give me one word, I'm going to pick a big one.
Just shut up.
If you'd let me have 2 words,
PB, I swear.
I was going to say, I'm sorry for always trying to push your buttons. Now, if you'd give me 3 words...
Just quit while you're ahead, please.
Alright, this is something. Theoretically. Alright, we'll just head over there. Not really sure what this is. There are definitely Ket here. There are absolutely Ket there. We will focus on those Ket on a future occasion, perhaps.
Erosion and whatever. Let's find some tech.
So basically, we tried to reload an old safe, and we no longer have a timer. So I don't know if the colonists are actually dead, or what. What are we? Save.
Help us, please.
Okay. Ow. That hurt.
Nice work.
Support. Pop back up, please.
We've got targets.
Didn't even need to reload. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, thank you for the boost, I guess. Oh, that's a big guy. Let's move in for the flamer. Okay. Things have happened. Apparently we found the people here. Are these the same people we were supposed to rescue previously? I hope so. It seems weird that they were this far away. I don't know how we were supposed to get here, and I guess it was, what, like 2.5 minutes or something like that? But, okay, we are theoretically supposed to speak to you, I believe. Which of you... Okay, that guy is apparently the guy we're supposed to speak to, the one that's running away from us.
Great timing. Thanks for the assist.
Your experiment with the remnant didn't work out.
Huh. Okay, who squealed? Gasparic? Yeah, I bet. These remnant could plow our fields, protect us from the Ket. You control them, why shouldn't we?
Because we know what we're doing and you don't.
I have a super intelligent AI and enough experience with the remnant to be careful.
Jennings, this isn't working. We tried.
Fine. But you can't protect us all the time, Pathfinder. Out here, we need every edge we can get.
Alright, well, we leveled up. And I think we just improved the viability of the planet as well. 5 more skill points. That's cool. What is the viability of the planet? It's now went up 2% to 80. Okay. Nice. Nice. We do have more skills. We now have 10, so we can get much more aggressive with fully upgrading their flamer or energy drain or both. Oh, no, not quite both. Can't afford both. Let's see. Damage versus armor or damage output from enemies on fire is reduced by 50%. I think we're mostly looking for the pure damage. I think we're mostly looking for that. Or it's energy drain on the last rank we can get. Initial draining effect also restores the shields of allies near the user, or increase both standard damage and damage bonus against shields and synthetic enemies. I think we go for the flamer. Just because, as we saw in the encounter on Vold, is it right? This was still on Vold when we had the two big... I'm going to keep on calling them brutes because I forget what their name is, but the brute-like all-armor, humongous Ket enemies, we still were not able to do that much damage to them. So getting 65% bonus damage to armor, I think, could definitely help a lot in that regard. And how are we looking for the extra damage here? Tech damage bonus to armor or to shields. That could be useful too. Feels like in general, when enemies have shields, they're not as... the shields are not as big as the armor. So I feel like we go for armor here. That's tempting, otherwise we could go Tech Force, Construct damage, and health. That's not very useful. We're not really using constructs. Boom support, power, restoration, and defense. I think we're going for just the offensive tech. Armor damage again. I think we do that. Now you both have 2, with which we cannot do that much. We might just save this. Maybe same for you. And we can go for the offensive passives, basically. So the question is that the first point is the only one we could afford? Is that worth doing? We're getting the first point in pull. I have serious questions about pull for TV. It's what? It's weapon damage and weapon force? Sure. We'll do that for both of them. Just a little bit of an offensive boost. Okay. So now that you guys have been rescued, is there any other stuff here? Yes, there is. Is that a deceased colonist for us to scan? I feel like that we should take note of the fact that there is a Turian that appears to be face down in the dirt. Just taking every ounce of will in my body not to continue to say those lyrics. That's a song that I haven't heard in a while. I don't even remember the name of that song. What do we have here?
Shield boost enabled.
I mean, might as well, right? Okay, there were some rocks here that we were supposed to scan while we're in this area. I think we might as well. Oh, Nomad! Where are you? Oops. Maybe don't do that, though. Maybe don't shoot / slice our own ship. Yeah, there are several dead people. And although there were times when we were supposed to scan them, apparently these people do not fall under that criteria. Oh. What do we have here? What is this? Just a rock scan? What? It's down in a... What? I thought it was just a rock out in the middle of nowhere that we were supposed to mine. Not in...
An undocumented mineral has been detected, Pathfinder.
Not in an actual remnant facility. This could be asking for trouble. And by that I mean, it is almost certainly asking for trouble. I feel like maybe we should not go in here until we have people telling us that we should go in here, because this feels like a pretty big thing. So I feel like we ought not to just be wandering in that direction without some other side quest, or maybe even main quest, who knows, that is directing us to do that. The mineral might even be here. If we drop down... How do we get back up? Is it down there? Yeah, it's that, isn't it? Cadmium sample? Okay, we usually have to pick these up as well, don't we? Do we? Or are we good? I guess we're good. Now, can we get up here? I certainly hope we can. And what is this? Lithium. That's, I think, one of the rarer ones. So that's a nice pickup. Okay, we need to get... Oh, and more of it. We need to be able to get back to the Nomad, which may be easier said than done. I feel like we are near the edge of the world. I was half expecting the game to go, nope, you're not allowed to go here. And just be trapped in that little ditch for all of eternity. It's a good thing that we realized that it was not actually in that facility there. Oh, there's more lithium down there. No, we got that. We got that one. Yeah, so I imagine we will be going through this remnant facility at some point on a future occasion. But now may not be the right time. We saw there were those Ket over here, maybe? It's in this general area. This is a new quest that we apparently haven't seen. So maybe it's just deal with the Ket. Or investigate. No, that's where, okay, that's where we brings the colonists. That is also the least efficient way to turn around. Also keeping my eyes peeled for more rocks. We're close to a rock scanning zone. Question mark. Not entirely sure where that theoretical zone may be, but oh, why is my controller vibrating? It's not the place where I was expecting to go. My controller was vibrating. As if something was happening here. What gives? I mean, obviously, you jump on all these things, and they will eventually take you to the top, where you will find the best loot in the game for completing this platforming section. Except I'm not sure that we can complete this platforming section. Oh, don't get stuck there. Is there anything here? Don't know what that was all about. Where is that question mark? Wait. There. And I'm pretty sure that's a different question mark. Is that a different remnant facility?
The sky is beautiful in its own way.
Our people came a long way. Nothing here will stop them.
Had my nose down in Remnant for so long, I never noticed the colors.
Okay, that does appear to be new.
This is resonating now. Probably with the vault.
So yeah, did we just run into random vaults that we didn't know existed before? Is that, apparently that's a thing? Not just the ones that we came in planning to go after? I'm seeing the remnant icons showing up on our minimap, but I'm not seeing the remnants. Which makes me wonder where they are. Because theoretically there are enemies here. Eh? Strange. There's not much we can do here. Okay, this also is... Oh. Okay, well, we can take this. Ooh. What is this? Incendiary ammo plus 25% damage on jump melee, Inferno Blast extra damage. All combo damage on weapons, or a little bit less on gear. Remnant core? These cores may be acquired by defeating remnant architects in the wild and interfacing with them, or by discovering them inside vaults. I think we've seen just a little bit of that before, but that seems like a really good chest. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that this is a place that we weren't technically supposed to be yet. Likely the case for the other remnant locations as well. What's this? Oh, that's... Okay, we probably knew about that. We did probably know about that. Alright, we're maybe getting ourselves into a little bit of trouble. Traveling a little too far off the beaten path, perhaps. Tempting as it may be. Let's at least get back to the Nomad. I mean, it's definitely nice. It's very large areas here that no longer have any radiation at all, that previously had a whole lot. So yeah, that's where we were looking before. That is a spot that theoretically we knew had remnant stuff, and we do kind of need to go past that.
I hear you were like a human huntress or something.
I served with the Sorry Commandos, if that's what you mean.
So weird.
In case you didn't know.
Can't imagine fighting someone else's wars.
I was there to learn.
Learn what?
Patience, apparently.
I've seen a little bit of the... Was that aluminum? And some of the graphite as well. Not great yet. Okay, better. Not great. It does seem like it is very sensitive to your exact location. Now we have aluminum if we go over here. And then just tiny little steps to the side and we're in graphite territory again. So I don't know, I don't remember which one we need more of, but sure, we'll do this. A little bit of both. Okay, go around this way. Oh, also there's still potentially a lot. Whoa, there's a whole lot here of the aluminum stuffs. It's going down now? Okay. Girish? You know, thereabouts. I mean, the bars changed significantly. The numbers did not seem that different. For whatever it's worth. Okay, that, I think, is the facility we're looking for, or at least one of
signals detected ahead, Pathfinder.
One of the facilities, potentially. Hey, friends.
Let's do this!
Yeah, so what I decided was that we would pick the spot that has absolutely zero cover, and we choose to go there, you know? Meanwhile, the game is like, do this to take cover. Let's take the hint, you know? This is also a very bad place to be standing as well. We're not close enough to get hit by this, are you? Now you are. Oh, what the? Where'd you come from? Hey, friends. Oh, there's more of them. Casually nab this real quick. There's actually a decent number of enemies here. Oh. Thanks, Cora. I thought you were an enemy. Oh, you didn't have to. But thanks, Cora. And what are they doing here? So can we grab? Oh, we can do that. That was me attempting to grab. Okay, so what the heck are the Ket doing here? Is my next question. Because this thing is making a lot of noise. It's just a random group of Ket and nothing else to it? Can we scan this thing? What are they? This is another case of us kind of proactively, preemptively going somewhere where we were eventually going to have something more meaningful to do, but right now it's just a random group of enemies because we haven't activated whatever quest it was that they were supposed to be affiliated with or something like that. I don't know. But those Ket are dead now.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Okay. Okay. Are you just mining because this is a good mining place? This do be a good mining place. This do be a good mining place, though.
Resources in this area are limited.
Okay. This is the direction that we were intending to go in. Oh. Oh.
Andromeda plant sample detected nearby.
Oh? Really? Is that even the thing that we were planning? Oh, yeah, that is... Oh. Okay, sure. It's the thing next to the thing that we were planning to do. assume it's over here. Helios flora. Tentative classification. Nolecta riftia. Other submitted names. Tube worm. I'm not sure I want to be eating the tube worms. It's a fungus? Trumpet? What? A tube worm is not a fungus. A tube worm is a animal. Yeah, so it wouldn't be flora either. These fungi should have a pleasant taste from absorbing mineral salts. You know, I'll take your word for it. And the other thing is in the exact opposite direction where we are currently headed. Looks like it's here. That was supposed to be this, but, you know, that works too, I guess. Hello? Anybody home? Can't tell if this is a hostile area or what. Okay, this is giving me big time, what is it, missing survey team vibes from Mass Effect 1, if I'm getting the name of the mission right. You might know what I'm getting at, even if I have the name wrong. Basically, abandoned outpost, middle of nowhere, and little comm terminal. Let's see, work detail, outpost survey beacons. Technical Eric Camber. We were right to survey here. Viability is huge. Just another beacon? Well, I'm just another tech. But I'll do what I can. One day at a time, we'll make it. Loading my custom protocols. The EJR is better than a double cafe ESO tease. Be done in half the... looks like cat. Stand down. But the beacons. This is important. No input. No input. No input. Entering ITIL. End log. Okay, I mean... Oh. Load it.
Recording nav points for survey beacon placement. A trivial task.
Wasn't trivial to this technician. Load his protocol. The job doesn't go unfinished.
Okay. So ran into Cat somewhere. Place beacons. There. Oh, well, we were just over there. Okay, yeah, this would have been nice to have known about previously. That's an interesting place for a beacon. Oh. Okay, for a second there, I was wondering if there are more than 5 locations and it's just a matter of choosing whichever 5 you would like. But no, those are for other quests. So yeah, would have been best to have done this first, I suppose, because now we might need to do some backtracking. I think while we're in this general area, it probably does still make sense for us to pop back in to the Nomad and place those beacons. Now, are the cat gonna show up every time we place one of them? That I don't know about. Let's go this one first. No. And this has happened to us many times before, but when we have all these things oh, well, it's because there are numerous beacon locations. Yeah, so it's kind of sending us in a bunch of different spots. So we need to go slightly, basically just 90 degrees to our left. It's like one of these ones, although I'm not entirely sure which.
Nice work.
I'm also not sure what we did that was nice. Also, can we run this guy over? I would like to run this guy over. Does that work? I also missed.
Nice work.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, that was a rock that we could mine for a second.
People want to
Oh, sorry. Cora, I'm interrupting you because we are right here.
just like they wanted to come to Andromeda. Except now they'll know what they'll find.
A hard world, but you can get used to anything if you try.
I kind of like Eos. Could be Stockholm Syndrome.
Job started. Another step forward. Keep it up, Dad.
Sam, what am I hearing?
Technician Eric Camber's beacon protocols. They appear to include recorded motivational logs.
Oh. I thought that was one of our teammates. Sarcastically referring to us as Dad. Apparently not. Alright, next one is way over here. Which means roughly 90 degrees to our right. By the remnant thingamabob that we were over near previously, so that at least gives us a good point of reference. So hold on.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
I see
you
that.
can extract minerals via your mining interface.
I'm not really sure the extent to which we need to be concerned about getting the perfectly optimized location. Right now, I've... Okay, well, yeah, straight ahead. Can we pick up ammo in the Nomad? That's what it just sounded like we did.
Your first outpost. It must mean something to you.
Hopefully, Prodromos sets a high bar.
Nice world. You know, with a little help from massive tech.
Yeah, and we've had that discussion. One thing if the tech was of our creation, but it just feels different when it isn't. Doesn't feel as rewarding.
Progress made, whatever it is. Each day, one at a time. You'll be fine.
Okay, where's this going?
Alright, so now those are the ones in this corner. So we may want to just fast travel, especially if we go to that forward station. We can pick up whatever this supply loss and recovery stuff is all about. Oh, there are a lot of there's a lot of enemies here. Because it's all these dudes.
Quick mess to clean up. Not getting any of the supplies back this way.
Oh, I guess that was the stuff stopping the supplies to a certain extent. That was the thing that we had to do. That's not a coincidence. So, oh. Investigate other sites. I guess that's where that is. Oh, there's one all the way over there. So, I mean, but are we done with this one? No, we are not. Okay, supply drop site.
Sam, are you sure about this?
Yes, Pathfinder. The crates were opened using standard protocols. It's unlikely the local fauna could have accomplished this.
They're bugs, Sam. They didn't do it.
More data is required to be definitive, Pathfinder.
You're a real machine sometimes, Sam.
Remains of standard initiative supply drop containers. Supply containers have degraded by 98.5%. Destruction of supplies to this magnitude by local fauna is improbable, although not out of the question. Site has been overrun by Shemri's life form, making further analysis impossible. Okay, and those are the little guys that we were fighting before. So now, does it make sense for us to fast travel to a different spot? That's the research station. That's one of the drone locations that we haven't really started doing yet. Isn't it great? I guess that's closer to this spot. I don't even know if it's worth it at that point. Is it better to just go here? Probably. What's up, Yuri? How's it going?
Process.
Hard lessons we can't forget.
Really don't like coming back here.
Nomad can be called here. You don't say. You don't say. Okay, I remember we had to wind around a little bit to get up to those elevated spots before. Oh, as for what the best way to do that is, though, that's maybe a different question. Oh, for a second, that looked like we had not minded. But apparently we have. I was gonna say, I mean, this is obviously right where we started, so I'd be a little bit surprised if we didn't. Yeah, I don't think we want to be down here. And getting this thing out of here could be a bit of an issue. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's pretty late. Make no mistake, it is currently 3:18 a.m. for me. So you're not wrong that it is unusual for me to be streaming at this time, and that is not without reason. We were running into some technical issues before. Darn it. And so we were kind of testing things out to see if we could get the stream back up and running properly, and it did work, but we lost some time as we were trying to sort those things out. So kind of is making up for that a bit, I suppose. Oh. What's this? Not even sure this was the thing we were looking for, but there's a malfunctioning door. Maybe that was the thing we were looking for. Apparently that was the thing we were looking for. Okay, also there's apparently a quest over here that we did not know about. Also, those just grasses, not actual rocks to mine. Okay, why don't we check out? That is interesting to see. And yes, obviously more things have popped up here in the meantime since we were last on EOS. True. Things that we knew about in advance. But there are also things that we, even right now, did not really know about. It only started showing up when we got really close to them. Is this the... Yes, it is more or less right where the location in question is. This side or the other side? Is it in one of those buildings? Is it on that rock? I feel like we might just get to this place on foot. Did I just go further away from it? Yes, I did. Darn. One moment. Don't mind us. So it's up here. Is that a cache that we did not loot? Hold on. I saw that. I saw that. Did we see this before? Oh, we saw this before. We were thorough. We knew. We knew. Question is just, can we actually get up this seemingly not that steep of a hill, but Nomad is not great when it comes to the hill thing. Not all the time, at least. Surely it's right here. It is right behind us. What past it? What is it? Ah, whatever the heck this is.
Moving out.
It's a data pad. Okay. Chief Engineer Grace Leto, new entry, final entry. I'm closing muster point Delta and calling the evacuation complete. No one left is responding. I swore to them. Pause. Resume. Enough of that. I couldn't even finish one project that might have saved them. This rock beat us, and I accept my part. Joining the last shuttle out. Likely back into cryo. I won't be a drain if this is a long slide. But if there's a way to finish what we started, I'll be back. This is Chief Engineer Grace Leto, E97 Durango, out.
Recording initiative, cryo identification, E97 Durango. Chief Engineer Grace Leto.
Last one out during the evac.
She took risks and they didn't work. But nothing worked.
She still left. Some of us kept trying.
True. It's kind of interesting. So, does that mean... Is that someone that we would bring back out of cryo? Is that where that was going? Now I'm just investigating, see if there's anything else hidden up here, but alas, we are, of course, on foot at the moment. I mean, oddly enough, we are better at navigating rough terrain on foot than we are in our all-terrain vehicle. As you can see here, we are better at navigating rough terrain on foot than we are when using our all-terrain vehicle. Speaking of which, where is that thing? Where is it? Somewhere down here, right? I think. Oh, we drove it down this way. Okay. There we are. Okay, remind me where exactly we are right now. I think we're just looking to target that spot. Which is in what direction? Because right now nothing is showing up on our map. Or did we just deactivate it? Oh, we just deactivated it. That's why. What is this?
PB's tech looks like.
Ugh, my early work was embarrassing. So literally yesterday.
Initiative monitoring equipment, initiative relay device, Nexus issue, power supply, a recently constructed monitoring device that is controlled remotely and produces an active signal. Apparently, something that PB set up. That is not a rock.
Lost supply crates.
Oh.
Let's do this!
Hold on. Hold on. Ow. Food. Don't they? Oh, Aki.
Cleared it. Betting there's nothing left.
It is not clear, for the record.
Bolstering all shields.
Anyone else? That's not the supply crate. No. Okay. Hold on. Let's get you over here as well. This is where we're looking to go. Hello, friend. Never mind the fact that the Nomad almost landed on us. Okay. As for the actual supply drop, this place is more built up than it was before, isn't it? Certainly seems like it. Huge stability. Decreased reload speed. That might be the first time we've heard that. Disciple. That's a new shotgun. Well, one from Mass Effect 3, but I don't think we've seen it before in Andromeda. Where is... it's over here. Oh, we drove on top of it, of course.
This confirms it. The crates were opened first, then bait placed. By who?
By whom? And more data is required to be certain.
Don't correct our grammar. But yes, you are right. Hold on.
Giving shield assist. Time to fight.
Not really. Don't worry about it. So we've not yet tried walking in the water. I don't know if it kills us. Search through the trash can for a sorry comm link, and it is low quality. How's that for a reality check, sorry? This is almost Mass Effect 1 music. I think I said that before. Yeah, from the research stations and whatnot, all those side quests. Probably because that specific series of notes was the thing that made me think of it before, and it just played again. I thought there was one other thing over here. Oh yeah, my controller was vibrating a bit, as if there's something for us to scan. But I didn't see what. So I'm not sure. Alright. Yeah, now it is. Right now. Why? Be more constructive with your feedback. Why? And there's this. Is that the only reason why? Ah, because we can scan it. Okay. Vanadium alloys are of considerable strength and temperature stability, and see use in aerospace and defense. Several alloys also demonstrate superconducting behavior. Okay. Sure. Like how we quite literally ran over the supply drop here. Like, oh, it seems to have been collected and then destroyed afterward. Did I do that? Oops. My bad. My bad. And I think the other ones were a little bit more remote, right? I'm not even sure how we get over. Oh, that's the beacon, but I'm not even sure how we get up there besides maybe that pathway eventually goes up. There might have been a cave over there that we tried going through previously when we were originally on Eos, but that was one of the... Yeah, it goes through over here. But when we tried doing that, it had said that it was a radiation 3 area, so we were thinking to ourselves, you know, maybe now is not the right time to be doing that. But, oh wait, what? There is a drone over there still. Wait, why does it say find all drones 0 out of 6? I thought we had several of them. What? What? Hold on. Unless... It says 0 out of 6. It's not as if we got that one. We absolutely went back there. I remember going back there to get it. That was... brought us back over here in the first place. It's back here. We got this. Why are you saying 0? That was alarming. Okay. Did we not do that? We scanned it, but we didn't put the actual beacon on it, maybe? Maybe that's what we did. It does sound like something I would do. Again, I thought we established that any mine or any ore that we mined would no longer be available. It's telling us there's more stuff scanned up. Oh. Infusion station. Okay. Guess maybe this spot has been built up a little bit more as well. Maybe. This might be new. Equipment intended to assist in the study and treatment of persistent radioactive effects. This device is lightly used because Scourge Fallout defies known effects. Yeah, so like that we can no longer get. That checks out. That is interesting, though. These areas that we've been to already do get some updates. Relatively minor in this case, but still. Move the Nomad ever so slightly. Perfect. Yeah, so now that we... Okay, good. It has checked off that spot over there. That is a good thing. So... we have what? Yeah, a bunch of stuff that's basically spread out in those areas that we've really not yet been to. On the other side of this cave, more or less. So I think that's where we are looking to head over next.